We're live on Instagram. We're waiting to go live on YouTube Live. You're live.
You're looking.
Greetings and blessings to you.
You're watching A New Way of Being, hosted by Avatar Galextra and Andraggon on Facebook
Or YouTube Live.
YouTube Live, sorry.
And Instagram.
Yes.
We're in 2 media platforms tonight.
And these things are being done.
So, why don't we are calling tonight's topic, question, will you help a god and her husband to introduce a new golden age to the human race on this planet today? That's the question we're asking from each of the human race on the outer surface of Lady Gaia, the ancient living and planet-sized being who's been known to the human race as Mother Earth and Mother Nature for the trillions of years that the human race has lived on the outside.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm okay as long as you are there. You know that.
Yes. We are.
We've been going through a great deal of problems that were set up for us. Not because we have done anything wrong, but that it appears that they want to set us up to go to hell, which I have been going through for years.
Go ahead.
These are the things that we're here to speak about.
Commodities.
Yes, and act as if they should be persecuted and terrorized. It's not fair. What is fair is when we are doing the right thing and giving other people the right to be able to make decisions on their own, as long as it harms no one, then that's okay. But when we're going through the kind of situation where you're being attacked and abused, whether you're doing something or not, and most of the times this family has not been doing anything to anyone. Actually, we have never done anything to anyone, everybody. And that means not to persecute and terrorize anyone. And his care for the rights of all beings, we would not be going through this. His care is what is stopping the problem, some of it.
Helping.
We want to have this completely stopped because we have done nothing wrong to harm anyone. And it's not necessary to persecute, terrorize, and set people up to take the fall for things that they haven't done. The system have set up to control and deform these people intentionally so that they can get away with what they're doing to them. Excuse me. Situations that has caused all these different deformities that we never had. We have not spent our times harming anyone. We spent our times letting people know that they are our family and we care about them. We want to know that they're safe, but also that we are too. Because without safety in a society, people will still want to see human beings come together in a manner in which protects and respects each other, not fall along the way and behave irresponsible. That's not what they will do. I would like to let Marvin know that she should cut down the sound because we're doing this show. She can do it after.
What's that? Can we ask you to wait till we finish?
Sure.
Okay, it's a distraction. So, here we are.
Our family is being attacked for no reason other than they're behaving so well that they want to attack and turn us into something that we never have been. We're saying that this kind of insanity has to stop. We are trying to let you know that when people are being treated this way, we are setting them up to become angry, unable to move in the quality way they normally do, and find themselves having to deal with people who are stressing them out to the point where they can end up speaking in ways in which they normally would not. Because of that persecution, human beings have to start being given the right to be able to recognize it's not going to work. It can only work when people are truthfully working together to stop the problem. If it's one side that is working and the other side isn't, It's not going to help. We have to, you can't, but you could do that when you're listening to what they have to say, understand where they're coming from. Your family.
Yes.
We're not here to destroy, we're here to upgrade you to the point where you can now make decisions that is beneficial to all life forms. When we're all doing this, we can now recognize that we are on the way to success. But when you force people to not wondering why this is being done, why they are forced to do things that they normally would never do. Well, this is a family that would not participate in that kind of behavior. We know what is wrong. We help them if they need help. But we are not going to sit back and help the others to get away with what they're doing, while those who are innocent are being treated as garbage, thrown into to the side and treated as if they have no rights to speak because they will be lying. It doesn't mean because someone is speaking that they're lying. It just means that they're speaking because they're hurt about what they're seeing that is being done that is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come together as a family, a human family, regardless of nationality, and work together to make those changes that would benefit the rights of all beings rather than destroy them. What? Because your thinking is inaccurate and you think that that person is participating in things that are wrong, or you know very well that the person is not participating in things that are wrong, but you don't want others to know the qualities that they possess. By helping to upgrade, if you can, for the rights of all of life, instead of destroying it, let us upgrade life. Let us show life that we are here to help each other and that we are capable of doing the right things at every turn.
Avatar Galextra lived as Lord Jesus about 2,000 years ago, as Lord Buddha about 2,500 years ago, as Empress Harriet Tubman about 110 years ago, the slave stealer and the Black Moses, as she was called, when she lived that life in the last century or so. And she's here back again to bring a new way of being to all of life, all life forms living on the outer surface of Lady Gaia, with the help of her husband, who lived as Albert Einstein about 65 years ago, being terrorized, tortured, tormented with the same technology that is being used to commit the global genocide against human beings today that scientists are calling COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Express, share, speak.
I'm disappointed in how people have been changing along the way instead of recognizing the truth and the right. They tend to gravitate the wrong way, even though they're doing it knowing what they're doing is wrong, instead of recognizing that these things have to be changed in order for people to live properly.
Yes.
Or people be harmed, children will be harmed, men will be turning in the wrong direction, so will women. And before you know it, there's confusion everywhere because nobody knows the right way to think and recognize how things can work.
We're living in that reality today.
Yes,
in this matrix system that governments are using to control your lives, in aspect of your life, using you as financial slaves, political pawns, social puppets, and pawns of the systems that are on this planet in place to keep you living as
they want you to.
Yes, CKFM, which we listen to regularly.
Yes.
John Terry, Intelligence for Life. Excellent show. Information about how science brings information to show you how to live. He talks about how human beings have this concept about living once as mortal beings, and that people are now starting to question their lives, think that if I only have one life to live, I better start making sure I live it in the way that I want to, and in the way that allows me to follow my heart and my passion.
Yes.
Well, how about the idea that if you knew that you are in a long-term investment where you each have a stake in life and where you each see the need and value to make sure that what you do with your life, that you use it to uplift, upgrade the quality of life for everyone, so that when you return to live on the planet in the future, life on this planet will be more improved, advanced, developed than you left the last time you came. So if you knew that you were immortals, as we are telling you, living mortal lives, one lifetime at a time, you were then of Lady Gaia. So as the Avatar teaches, you can change the way you view the world by changing your thinking about yourself, and in the process, change your beliefs about every detail of life we see in this three-dimensional world comes from the fourth dimension into our physical forms, using your beliefs as mental building blocks to create these fascinating landscapes of experiences that are all around you on the outer surface of Lady Gaia today. So, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm being attacked right now on the shoulder
By
by
Donald
Donald
J.
J. Trump.
Trump.
And he has been setting up to find ways to escape from what he's doing. Not necessarily to stop the evil that he's participating in, but more or less to set it up so that it gets worse and continue to attack and abuse. And so he doesn't want anybody to know the truth about himself, that the evil that he has been should not be going through what they are. And when there are people like this coming to destroy instead of upgrade people, has to be looked at and have changes to benefit the rights of all beings. Because remember, out of all these adults, children are also involved, and we have to protect the kids. It's wrong when we sit back and allow children to be harmed because of ignorance of thinking of other people who don't look for the correct behavior and dealing with the right things to in order to upgrade and uplift other people. Instead, they're being pulled down and set up to do more damage. This is not right. We are all human beings, and each and every one of us want to live in the right way. And the only way you can live in the right way is through recognizing the rights of all beings. And when you recognize the rights of all beings and you're treating them properly, you will see human beings bloom rather than become something special when they're allowed the freedom to learn the right way, so that they can be there not only for themselves, but it starts with themselves and it goes on to other people who wants the right things too and want to live in a manner in which everyone is safe. And you don't get them safe if you're creating problems for them in the background and creating all kinds of tyranny that is going to destroy not only them but other people too. We are equals forever. We are supposed to be for each other, not to destroy each other, but help to upgrade each other. And in doing so, those that we upgrade will come with information, work as a team. If you want the qualities in life, you have to work for it. You have to be there for those who needs us and recognize the truth about life and how we can protect and sustain life by simply being there for each other in the right way. Not to destroy anyone, but upgrade everyone to the point where we can protect the children. All of us can do that. It's important that the children are protected. If they're given bad information, they're going to have bad children. Not because they are bad, but because of how they've been taught to be. So let's remove the problems that are taking place in our lives and is destroying the rights of other people, and let's just get together and on these problems that needs to be solved. We have all the information that shows us what does work and what does not work. So let's work on behalf of bringing all beings together and protecting the children. When you are working to protect, and then we go on to all the other information that people weren't using before, but now recognize that they need to practice in order to get to where they want to be in a safe place with all people being safe. It's not about us alone. It's about these are what we are fighting for, the rights of all beings. I would not be happy if my husband was being treated badly. I would not be happy if my husband was mistreating me. So it's important that we treat each other properly, learn to love and respect each other, and not hop from one person to another because it destroys.
Yes.
So start looking at the best way to behave, how to protect each other, and what to do that will help each other to work together to stop the problems that are taking place that is destroying us. You see, all we have is each other. I'm not better than you, and you're not better than me.
Equals.
We are equals forever. And the only way we can work with thinking is by we're doing the right thing. We're not hurting anyone. We're upgrading everyone. So that we can do the right thing and behave responsibly and respect and protect not only the adults but the children too. Where would we be if our children weren't protected? Nowhere. We'd be dead, killing each other, playing all kinds of bad games. But when you're doing the right thing, you realize what bad games are, why you don't want them in your lives and in the lives of others. If they want it, if that, and they're participating in it, they need to be educated in how it works and why you do not need that in your life. What you want in your life are the things that upgrade and uplift everyone and keeps each other like we never have. Because everyone is capable of quality, even the children. The children needs us more than anything else. So we must create the situations that help and protect children, and in doing so we are protecting everyone. Adults will be included. Work together, find the cause that keeps people together. I'm speaking about the right way to behave properly, being respectful of other people's space and their loves and their families, protecting the children as well as yours will be protected. Being there for people like you never knew can ever happen because you haven't been able to see for too long. It's time for you to become aware of the right, cross their lines, because you will know very well to do that in a way in which undermines is not right. Let us be there for each other. Let us speak the truth. And when we make mistakes, we should speak those too. Nothing is wrong with that. And spending our time looking for ways to get each other and do each other bad things. That does not work. Learn to love rather than. But when you spend your time undermining and cutting across and destroying each other, you don't have a safe life. You need that in order for everyone to be able to live properly. Excuse me.
It's okay.
These are the things that we have to work on, learn, understand, procure, and pass on. Because it's what is going to help others to realize that this is what they need to do in order to think you're not capable of it. You are. Every single individual is capable of these qualities. It's to practice them that you need to do in order to understand why it works and how it works.
And for those who struggle to practice the virtues, most of the times, or even some of the times, to be able to start to live the kind of life that they have the ability to do, the right to do, and the responsibility to do.
And also too, it's like a trophy. You're getting information that is making you feel good within, and if it can do that to you, it's going to do that to all those who become connected with it. And that's what helps us to understand the rights of ourselves and others, and why we won't do the thing on anybody. Instead, we will help to upgrade rather than destroy. That's what people are capable of, not the wrong things that they're being forced to become, but the right things that is a part of them, where whoever they met. You can't get safe if you're teaching people to do bad things towards each other. But you'll find safety in how we look at the problems, recognize the rights, deal with the rights, push the problems away by doing the right things, and finding yourself smack dab in the qualities that brings everyone together.
Mm.
That's how we do it. That's what makes families work together. It's what brings people together instead of having people destroyed. It's time for people to grow up and stop looking to create problems by lying to others about other people.
Mm.
These kind of lies only creates all kinds of deformities. And if people aren't speaking the truth, all you will have is all kinds of deformities in your society. Start speaking the truth. Look for the good in everybody because they're capable of it. But they're not here to fight with the bad. They're here to stop the problems. And if everyone shows them that they're capable of doing so and showing them the right way in which they can move forward, they will succeed in everything that they do. They're capable of it.
Mm.
Stop treating them like they're junk. And we are the ones who have to make sure that they become aware of the qualities that they truly have, that they can access and make use of to not only build their own world, but the world within everyone else by doing the right thing.
Wow.
He's a little tense, so he's
Yes.
been doing a lot of different things too. He's also pulled me out to make sure that I come and participate in the situation because he knows what he would like to have happen. He
Mm.
wants to see human beings come together and work as a family rather than doing all the wrong things in between and in the background.
Yes.
Those things don't work. They're being there for them in the right way, not in the wrong way. Because the right way helps you to move forward positively. The wrong way destroys and keeps you deformed, also process. Deformity is not something that we want to live with. It doesn't help anybody. It just destroys. So
Mm.
let's work together and help each other in the correct way and how to behave. If there's a problem, let us tell you in a nice way so that you can make those changes. If we are doing something that you don't agree with and you think it's wrong, let us speak to you so we can tell you what we are seeing from our point in which works for everyone, not
Mm.
destroying anyone.
I used to spend hours and weeks and months listening to my wife when we first met in the middle 70s in Toronto, Canada, and listened to her speak as a verbal martial artist, with the kind of wisdom that you don't get from people who go through your school systems and come up with
Points of views.
identity about how they're more valued and valuable now because they have gone through some academic training system that tells them that they are now a somebody in society's eyes. They've been attacking the cavities of the brain of this guard to prevent her from expressing herself in the articulate, eloquent, simple, piercing, and mind expanding way that she is now doing on this show and will continue to do, especially after Donald Trump from human beings where it doesn't belong, or because America has dismantled this healing technology that they weaponized and are using it to kill about tens of thousands of human beings every day and night and infecting the bodies of hundreds of thousands of immortals daily and nightly, um, and in the process creating this global genocide that scientists cannot identify because they don't have the physical tools, they don't have the mental development, they don't have the interest, experience taking place inside another dimension. So they can't see what's being done to you by these the squadron of American assassins who are going through the fourth dimension, infecting you with a disease that they create using technology by poisoning the mucus disease that is neither a virus of any kind nor is it contagious in any way. So I'm really moved to see my wife, my spiritual teacher, mentor, uh, inseparable companion, and amazing, extraordinary teacher speaking to you as she now is doing, and doing it in a way that speaks to the ancient part of you, your oversoul, your higher self, that have all the knowledge that you've lived and experienced throughout the ages, and speaks to you as a still small voice that you call a God. It's the God part of you that speaks to you directly. Eternal self, your higher self, your greater self, so that you can connect with information directly that's coming from the mouth of a God to the ears and eyes of the being that's inside you and guides you as your God self, your greater self. So I'm really moved and pleased to hear the Avatar speaking as the verbal martial artist that she did for all of our life together until they started to attack the cavities of the brain with this weapon that's being used to kill you, the people, today, that scientists have misidentified as a COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, so true. We want to have you recognize that in order for you to live in a better way, you must get rid of the shackles. All those things that are holding you down by the systems and how what they're telling you that you can do to help yourself when it's not helpful, it's hurtful. But the things, some of the things that are being told are very good to look at and start studying so that you can live better. When you start living better, you can help others to live better too. You see, everyone wants the same thing: to know the truth, to practice the right behavior, and to live in a manner in which protects instead of disrespects other people. Let us come and be safe too. Without all of that taking place, everyone to fall over and over again. But you don't need to fall. Just start practice the right thing. After a period of time, others will practice the same things because they will know what works and want to be a part of it. So be there for yourselves and each other, because that's what is going to bring us out of the kind of hell that we're surviving in. Except that it's not going to help us to stop the problem when you're saving children, adults, married people. People all over the world will be protected by that kind of quality that people can practice in order to get to where they want to be. You're all capable of it, so don't give up on yourselves. Excuse me. Remember that we are each other's keepers, and we're here with different information that can be passed on to help each other. So let's pass on the information that we have and allow others to live. Excuse me. It's what is going to bring us all together. Do the right thing, and you will find yourself living in the right way. Blessings to all of you, and we wish you the best.
Avatar, you speak of the chains that have been used to shackle the heart, mind, body, soul, and psyche of the human race. One of the most powerful chains being used, you never come back. But when you die as a human, you go to a permanent prison inside the earth called hell. Hades.
If you're evil.
Yes. Or if you're lucky and you're blessed, selected by your God of whatever name or another, you get to go to paradise, heaven, to nirvana, place in the celestial realms. You can worship and praise your God forever. That is one lifetime time. But the problem is, what they do is they tell you when you're born in the East, in the world of the Hindus, for example, the Buddhists, you then have to stay inside the caste system that you're born into. So if you're born into a family of priests, then you're at the top of the caste system. And if you're born in the family of merchants, then you are just beneath, and family of warriors, and so on. And if you're born as a member of family who are considered untouchables, then you're not even allowed to physically come in contact with human beings from the higher caste system. So even when they tell you that you live one lifetime after another to be able to improve and upgrade and become the mass systems that keeps you stuck in them, and you cannot leave those systems or interact with people from the upper caste systems while they live these mortal lives. And then on the western side of the planet, they teach you that you live once and you go to hell or to heaven. So the thinking, the chain that you're given to wear about how either you live once and you're gone and that's it, or you come back and you go into these caste systems, they both are used to paralyze your mind, heart, that your nature is messed up, imperfect, flawed. And then you taught that human nature is, that's how it is, and that nobody is perfect, nobody can be. So what you say to the people who are carrying these chains that
That we they practice certain kinds of behaviors that gets them there.
mm,
But once they understand that they are perfect in every way and starts working on their perfection by doing the right things,
mm,
that will lead them to the success that they would like to have, and then help others along the way. The idea is that if you have information that can be beneficial to you, that is beneficial, they can succeed in their own lives simply by doing the right things.
mm. So the ones who hold the view, the belief that human nature is imperfect, and everyone on this planet literally talk about this chain that we all carry. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody should try to be perfect, otherwise they'll be attacked and pulled down for trying to be something that they can never be.
And I've seen it done.
Mhm. Except for Lord Jesus, they tell you he's the only perfect person that will live on the planet. Or if you go into the Buddhist culture, I'm not sure they don't hold that view because they give you the room to come back and live again and again. The Christians and those in the Christian faith, the 3.2 billion Christians who make up about 30% of the planet's population, perfect and cannot be fixed by human beings. That keeps you locked into this chain and shackle that you cannot get out of because you tell yourself, with the support of the authorities, that you can't change you can't remove the vices because it's a part of your life. And so they told you've got to practice the Bible of you can't practice all those virtues all the time because you have vices that is something you can't avoid practicing. Well, yes, you can with practice.
And as you keep seeing the things, you start realizing, no, this is recognizing the rights.
Mm.
So you don't have to go on that corner if you don't want to. But many people don't know that, and these are what leads you to the qualities that brings everyone together.
Another chain they give you to wear from the cradle to the grave. They teach you that in Western society, there is only one God, one, and this one God is supposed to be the one true God for the people in the Christian faith. And so when they look at the deities in other cultures, they're taught to see them as being inauthentic. That teaches you that there's only one God in existence. It then puts you in a position where you have to keep competing and comparing other cultures with your own to see which one of you has the one and true God as your actual deity. With that thinking, you paralyze yourself. As we teach you, there is one. Today, you have trillions of gods in existence who form the membership of the community of gods, and billions of these gods are male gods, and trillions of these gods are female gods. So, for those of you who hold the view that there's only one true God in existence, it's a lie. There is one original being who brought existence into being and beings into existence.
Yes.
But this being, the great goddess, did so by first dreaming herself into existence, then dreaming existence into being,
Yes.
and then dreaming beings into existence. And she did so thousands of trillions of years ago.
But they need to be taught
Mhm.
in the systems, in this wherever they go, about the qualities that they possess.
Mm.
Once they understand and they're trained in that, when everyone is treating them right, when people are recognizing that the truth is that everyone has the ability to do the best of, show the best of themselves. And when they're blocked from it, of course, you're going to have these problems. But it's important that we usher that forward so that people can recognize what they truly are a part of.
Mm. Another chain you carry, they teach you that you only have two strands of DNA, A and Z, or Y and Z, and that the rest of your DNA pool, 97% of it, scientists have dismissed as junk DNA.
DNA.
Truth.
Just fix this.
Immortal sisters and brothers living mortal lives as members of the human race. You have dozens of strands of DNA, dozens of pairs of strands of DNA. You've not been taught to even recognize you have these, that you can access them and use them to change your life, starting from the inside, and also help others around you. Once you start to reclaim knowledge of your true identity as immortal daughters and sons of God, once you start to reconnect with the vast wealth of spiritual treasures that have been the massive amount of DNA gene pool that you each carry, and start to use it to do all kinds of things that scientists today would call miraculous and and inconceivable, but it's all a part of your identity. So the change you carry,
In the eye.
be honest,
And
true,
because you cannot lie.
find out where it came from,
And why it arrived. And see what it is
that you're doing,
that is keeping it alive.
place
Go ahead.
um, mm, place the correct solutions inside your mind,
Of how you should
think,
think and
and feel,
behave
behave when you meet the same problem the
the
next
next
time.
time.
Do this inventory of
Of
your
your
life
life,
each and every day, and you will find that the problems that live inside you
will be swept away
just
as the dust that you keep in your
sweep
home.
from your home each
Sweep
day.
from your home each day.
And that's from the avatars. Everything that you can ever know,
And all the mysteries that may come and go.
every problem that you have not resolved,
And every
question
question
that
that you
you've
have
not yet solved,
solved.
start today.
And look within and find the ancient knowledge that you're carrying. This is the memory of the universe and the still small voice within. It is the Akashic records of life
And the sacred logo.
of long ago.
No matter what you call it,
Every
great
great culture
culture
over
over
time
time
will
come
come
to
to realize that
the
this
source-
source of ancient knowledge is true and divine.
yes, you have that locked away inside you,
Yes.
but you've been shackled and chained from accessing your true treasures and using them to empower, inform, elevate,
And uplift.
enlighten, and liberate yourselves
Yes.
from the life you've been forced to live as prisoners and pawns and puppets of slaves and slaves.
It's not you.
No.
It's what has been forced upon you
Mhm.
by those who think they can get away with it.
Mhm.
But you can now move.
Mhm.
It will guide you straight to the real truth, not what they're giving you as a conception of truth.
Mhm. And as we've been telling you, most of what you've been taught and told
Excuse me. Sorry,
to
go ahead.
accept as gospel truth from the cradle to the grave has been a body of misinformation, disinformation, misconception, lies taught to you by those who made themselves the first breath that you take to the last one that you have before you leave this life of the land of the living and return back home to Summerland, the true spiritual homeland of all beings, when they complete a lifetime as a mortal being on this planet or any other planet, as a member of any of the races. Your true identity as immortal daughters and sons of God. Reconnect with the true treasures that you each own
Yes.
and have been denied the opportunity, the knowledge, the right to practice and to master each lifetime that you come here in classroom. remember 97% of is called junk DNA. So I'm going to ask the question on the last broadcast we did. Is Donald Trump trying to push the gods to bury America inside the oceans of water surrounding her today? Because that is the intention. In fact, we don't really follow the news much, but we heard things about how Donald Trump is actually asking one of his aides if 3 months from now, because he's trying to find ways to shield himself from all the different charges that's coming after his backside, for all the wrongs that he's done, all the thefts and frauds and all the other corrupt things that he's used his time in office and outside of office to do as a member of the human race living inside America. So even though he's coming here to attack the Avatar daily and nightly with this technology, he's now about to face a number of serious federal charges that he and his family members and others in his human beings inside this country, and that he's doing to people across the planet as one of the unseen assassins flashing in and out of the fourth dimension today, wearing his cloak of invisibility and infecting your bodies with poison that they put inside the mucus created inside your body in quantities of about 1 liter a day, and creating this biochemical disease that is neither a virus of any kind nor is it infected in any way, contagious in any way. So on behalf of the Avatar and myself, Avatar Galextra, in everything that you say and do, and as the Avatar teaches, showers of blessing will always follow you and your loved ones for the rest of the mortal days and beyond. If you like the content of what you've seen or heard, if it resonates in any way with you, we invite you to share, to comment, to like, and to subscribe to this channel, where we intend to bring you more timeless truths and deep wisdom, and also incriminating evidence of what's been done to you and to us with this technology that doesn't belong on this planet, that's being used to create this global genocide that you scientists are calling COVID-19.
Yes.
Good night, and we will see you again.
Yes.
Oh. And
blessings to all of you.
Yes.
Look after yourselves, and we love you all.
One family forever.
Yes.
Yes. Let me get my glasses.